Welcome to the Underwriters Laboratories. I am Luap Allerotal, and this is the Asphalt Ballads. What New Nation? Part 8. Repudiate the imperviousness of change. Take a stand here, in this moment, and make your mark. Let your words come to tell the truth of your story. I, for one, will not yield to the inevitability of a time that I do not agree with. By surrendering my passions to no one, I am guaranteeing my own preservation. So far, what you dub radical, I call laziness. You are so self-conscious that you have rendered yourself useless and nothing more than an observer, producing cheap imitations of actual experience. The only revolution you are a part of is chasing your own tail. You are a dizzying detainee, trapped in a cycle of self-constructed impotence, too frightened to lead the way and too cautious to follow. A revolutionary proposition should be riddled with grandiose schemes of open protestations of the status quo and the state of man. But so long as it is not you getting beat in the streets, you are satisfied and delighted by the prospects of nothing short of genocide. You are not a comrade, but a nemesis, a lecherous drain, without true commitment or dedication to the cause. The facade of recalcitrance that you wear dares not express itself. In fact, the meekness that it shows grows limp at the first sight of battle. The insurrection has just begun to rear its ugly head. The first 2,000 years were just a drill. If you want to rattle some cages, you better be prepared for the struggle ahead. Funny thing happens to a person in the wee hours of the night, and I was starting to feel it. In the first shivering haze of morning, my eyes were playing tricks on me and bugging out of my head. Must have been rush hour when we reached the bay because traffic was bumper to bumper. In a rumbling procession of blunders and thunders, the mothership mover was roving along in the center lane, rousting and unfastening, passing with quite literally a kaboom as the enormous close encounter cruiser crawled slowly along beside the everyday commuters. I hung my head out the window. A reflection of the day could be seen shining off the truck's chrome, captured in the semi's hubs and in glints along the running boards. We were in the land of indulgence, the hippity capital of the counterculture, California. The whiff of fresh grass lingered out the windows. Cherry trees and onion patches, avocados and strawberries, rows of grafted black and white walnuts. Every inch of land plotted to maximize production and higher yields. And on to 10 lanes of paved bliss, cars and trucks scattered and filed between painted yellow hash marks on the freeway. In an awkward hilaria, the Bay Area lit up like an enormous cartoon. It looked flat and two-dimensional in the sunset. Passing before my eyes, frame by frame, one loony strip at a time. We appeared to be driving directly into center of it all. When the mothership finally came to rest, it was on top of a sagebrush and sand-covered bluff overlooking the Pacific. Like an immaculate conception, the last rays of daylight sunk into the ocean while opposite the rising full moon came up over the Sierras, shining brightly. I was seeing clearly for the first time. I was free from the company of money and the man. I felt like the essential ingredient in an original recipe for change. God, it was beautiful.